For the win, it's Jack McVeigh. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Andrew Gaze Most Valuable Player, or MVP, Awards Night. We are celebrating everything that is great about this NBL 24 season. It is a celebration of individual performance and contribution, team success, and everything that we love about this great sport and this phenomenal league that we're all involved in. But of course, tonight is known affectionately as the Gazies. It is set to be a truly special night, but also, as you've probably already gathered, like none other than you've ever been to before. And a big thanks to Tim and all of our entertainers who have got the room going tonight. Along with all of our major awards, we have plenty of other things happening. It's such an enormous event. In fact, it's too big for just one person to handle on their own. So it gives me enormous pleasure to everyone in the room and everyone watching around the world to welcome tonight's very special co-host. He is one of Australia's most loved characters, an award-winning actor, presenter, entertainer, and also is a mad hoops fan. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shane Jacobson.
Hey mate, how you doing?
Shane, welcome. What a venue.
Amazing venue. It's a brand new venue. It's been adapted in Melbourne. I think it's the first time we've done the event here. The tech's okay. What a pity they didn't have some massive LED screen somewhere. Oh no, hang on, I think we might have one of those. No, it's an amazing venue, mate. It's going to be a great night.
Now, I'm reliably told, you mentioned that you're a hoops fan, but I'm also told that back in the day, were you a court announcer?
Wasn't a player, that's for sure. Yeah, I was. For those that may remember, the Victoria Titans, I was the sort of on-court entertainer for about 2 years after they stopped being the Magic and they went to being the Titans. I was known as Shane Hollywood Jacobson and my teeth back then were so white I think they voted for Pauline Hanson. But anyway, that's why they call me Hollywood. Such a touchy subject. And I've got some famous friends here tonight. I'm thrilled to announce, ladies and gentlemen, that in the room with us here tonight is Luke Longley, Horace Grant and Scott Pippen. Let's hear a round of applause for our special guests here tonight. And we will hear a little bit more from them later on.
Shane, we are delighted to have you here tonight, so thank you so much for being a part of the night. And to begin this very special evening, please join me in welcoming for our official Welcome to Country, Uncle Colin Hunter Jr.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I'd like to start by acknowledging that this evening we are meeting on the lands of my ancestors, the Wurundjeri people, and I want to take this opportunity to pay my respects to my elders, both past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, but I particularly want to pay my respects to everyone gathered in the room this evening. But I always like to acknowledge any Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islander people joining, so I'd like to acknowledge them and pay my respects to them also. Wominjeka welcome. Wurundjeri Balak, Yemen Kundi Big. The Wurundjeri people welcome everyone to land today. Wurundjeri no Budumbo War, Kundi Nagnak, Jordan Big Balak Bor Chilikan. The Wurundjeri people want to look after and protect the land as they did long before. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne. It goes across the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Mordialloc Creek and east to Mount Baw Baw. And the Wurundjeri people are part of the Kulin Nation, another Warrawong language group. Hello, my name is Colin Hunter Jr, or Wulert, meaning possum, a name given to me by my grandmother as a young boy. I'm a proud and passionate seventh generation Wurundjeri man and a direct descendant of Bibijan, who was Ngullangeta, or head of the tribe at time at first settlement. And it's through my grandmother, Gumbriar, meaning white dove, or Ronnie Tiny, or Nana, she was known to us mob, that I've got Aboriginal culture and heritage in my life today, so for that I say thanks, Nan. My grandmother was one of the last of the Aboriginal people born in the early 1920s, up at Coranderrk Mission in Healesville, before she got pushed up the Barramon River in New South Wales. In Aboriginal culture, a great deal of respect is given to the land, the plants and animals alike. And as always, I've got my beautiful gum leaves. I'll place them out that front room, and if you get an opportunity as you move around tonight, please take a nice one and put it in your pocket for the evening, please. The significance will keep you safe along country and give you the access to the resources while you're on country. And while you're on Wurundjeri country, you're most welcome to the traditional lands and the waterways of the Wurundjeri people. So Wominjeka welcome, enjoy your evening. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Uncle Colin Hunter, and a big thank you to everyone for being here in the room. We appreciate the effort you've all gone to in travelling. Quite a lot of you have travelled quite far in getting here, and also by looking around the room, I can tell a lot of you have got into the theme, so thank you very much. There are a few in the room, I can tell you, who I can see are punching well above their weight, as always, but also it's a big hello to everyone who's watching around the world, not just nationally here in Australia, but around the world. We are very grateful to have you with us here tonight, and hope you enjoy the evening. Jack.
A huge thanks as well, of course, to all of the NBL's corporate partners. Many of you are in the room tonight, and we wouldn't have a league without you. To Hungry Jack's, Chemist Warehouse, Latrobe Financial, Kmart, Bunnings Warehouse, Sportsbet, Mitsubishi, Blackmores, Coca-Cola, ESPN, Foxtel, Network 10, News Corp, Tangerine, Champion, Europe Car, Marsh, Reebok, Foot Locker, 2K, Amy, Voltaren, Spalding, JBL, Dream Courts, and of course, Hoop City. Please put your hands together for all of our corporate partners. Best of luck as well to all of our finalists, and in particular our 3 MVP candidates. To Perth's Bryce Cotton, who is attempting to become just the second man in NBL history to be crowned MVP on 4 occasions. Melbourne's Chris Golding, who just continues to play some of his very, very best basketball and hit shots at big moments. And in his first year in the league, Parker Jackson Cartwright of the New Zealand Breakers, who has been simply brilliant to watch. And of course, for those of you who are watching on the stream at home, wherever you are around the world, we invite you to use social media, give us your thoughts across the night, and to use the hashtag, Shane, of the Gazies on social media. Did you get that?
Yeah, I did, mate. I did indeed. So the tagline this season has been "Every moment matters," and boy, did the marketing team nail it. The final round was an absolute cliffhanger, I'm sure we all know that, down to the very final game to decide the top 6, if you can believe that. This season has been nothing short of incredible, and the best is yet to come. The play-in the series starts with a double header on Wednesday the 28th. So make sure you catch that, Wednesday the 28th. It has been an incredible season, and now no doubt a whirlwind for the NBL's new CEO. So please join me in welcoming David Stevenson, ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, Shane. Well, welcome. It is so great to see so many fantastic people celebrating what is an incredible season. A few special welcomes to start off with. Firstly, the Honourable Steve Dimopoulos, who's the Minister for Sport, Tourism and Major Events in the Victorian Government. And I know Jack's already mentioned our corporate and media partners, but there's some people that I wanted to highlight as well. Sean Westacott, the CEO of Mitsubishi, Alistair Symington, the CEO of Blackmores, Kylie Watson-Wheeler, the Managing Director of Disney Asia Pacific, and Jack Gance, the Chairman of Chemist Warehouse. I'd also like to pay an incredible thank you and welcome to our magnificent players. They have made such an incredible contribution to this season, both on and off court. And in particular, it's great to see some of our retired legends, Tom Abercrombie and Brad Newley, and we look forward to celebrating them a little bit later tonight. I'd also like to thank our tremendous coaches, owners, CEOs and all of our club staff. The Basketball Australia Chair, John Carey, and the ABPA's Tyson Demos. Great to also see our past players and officials, including Andrew Gaze, who this is so fitting that this award is named after a legend of our game. I'd also like to thank our broadcasters, commentators and media partners as well. And last but not least, to the Kesselman family, to Larry, Anita, Svetlana, we are thrilled to have you here, and importantly, a moment of celebration following the newest member of the Kesselman family, when little Leo Victor Kesselman from Justin and Sophia was born a few days ago. So congratulations. Every moment matters. That's been our tagline this season, and it couldn't be more accurate. Once again, the closeness of the season, the competitiveness of the competition was on full display, with those finals not determined until the very last game of the very last round yesterday. Two powerhouses, Melbourne and Perth, they flexed their muscles throughout the course of the year and earned the top two spots on the ladder. It's great to see Bryce Cotton here, as we heard earlier, further solidified his standing as one of the greats of the game, looking for a fourth Andrew Gaze MVP, but also watch out for Chris Golding and PJC, who I think are going to have a few things to say about that. Tasmania are going to play finals for the third season in a row, having incredibly sold out every single game in this season again. Congratulations. The interim coach tag didn't really seem to bother Illawarra's Justin Tatum and Adelaide's Scott Ninnis. They had fantastic turnarounds over the course of the season. And a new coach in Brisbane as well, with Justin Schuler seeing those Bullets back up the ladder. Round of applause for Justin. Thank you. So last season's Championship Series participants, Sydney and the New Zealand Breakers, will face off again next week. And we'll see the Kings looking for a historic three-peat, as well as the NZ Breakers looking to go one step further than last season. The always entertaining Taipans caused some of the upsets of the season, and Phoenix got some valuable court time into so many impressive young stars. And both teams are looking to build strongly for the next season. The Hungry Jacks NBL 24 season has been phenomenal. We continued to make a commitment to meaningful contribution to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people with another successful Indigenous round. We also celebrated inclusion and diversity with the champion Pride round. We had 8 incredible next stars grace the court, the biggest that we've had in our history of the NBL. And we know that NBA scouts and executives are at plenty of games this year looking at all of those next stars, but in particular having their eyes glued on the projected #1 draft pick, Alex Sarr. Now, as most of you know, at NBL headquarters, our focus and attention every single day is about how we grow in every way. And this season has seen an incredible growth story across Australia, New Zealand, and the rest of the world. Our broadcast numbers have grown almost 30%. We have seen 33 sellouts this year, driving an attendance increase of 16%. And our stadium capacity is now over 80%. And an interesting announcement tonight that for the first game next week, that we will see the 1,000,000th person come through the gates at an NBL game. So that's the first time that's happened since 1996. And if you remember, back in 1996, I actually played 60 more games than we've had so far. So an incredible achievement. It's the highest average attendance in our history. But it's not just attendance and broadcasts that have grown, it's also our digital platforms, seen incredible growth in over a 50% increase in app downloads, an 85% increase in web and app views, 41% growth in social media, and a 30% increase in our database. It's clear the NBL is the fastest growing league in the country. No other sport or code can grow as fast as us. But we're only just scratching the surface. The opportunity in front of us is significant. And we're going to be driving hard those opportunities to have more people fall in love with our game, to pack out stadiums, to watch TV, and we're making sure that as we do that, we create an incredible experience for our fans. We're also casting the net even further to make sure the Next Stars program becomes even stronger. And we're focused on making sure we attract and retain the best players across Australia, New Zealand, and the world into our league. And I can assure you we've got some very big announcements coming up, so be prepared, strap yourselves in, and come on this truly exciting journey with us. And as we look forward to next Wednesday, where we'll see Melbourne, Perth, Tasmania, Illawarra, Sydney and New Zealand start battling it out for the 2024 champions, I wanted to say a massive thank you to everyone who have played a role in the success of this season. We thank every single one of our players, our coaches, our owners, our CEOs, our staff, volunteers, referees, government supporters, commercial partners, media partners, Basketball Australia, ABPA, all of our venues and everyone in between. You are all part of this season's success, and it can't just be the NBL headquarters on its own. Please also indulge me in thanking the NBL staff. They're an incredible team and they've worked relentlessly to make this season a success. Thank you, team. And to those people in line to win an award tonight, congratulations, regardless of whether you've had your name called or not. And to the finals teams, best of luck over the coming weeks. And it's your chance to write the ending of the story of this incredible season. So lastly, as we look forward, I'm a big believer in the power of collaboration and unity to realise our potential. There is no way that we can compete and win on the biggest stage without every single person in this room working together. Our time is now. Every moment matters. Thank you.
Thank you, David. If you can stay here and please help us present our first award for tonight, which is Executive of the Year. Let's take a look. Well, actually, Dave, I'll actually let you do the honours. You're the boss. I may not get paid if I don't let you do this.
Thank you. So tonight, it gives me great pleasure to announce the winner of the Executive of the Year is Nick Trulson from Melbourne United.
Melbourne United's excellence this season can be measured in a variety of ways, a testament to the franchise led by CEO Nick Trulson. Trulson helped construct a roster that led Melbourne to top spot after missing the postseason last year. Congratulations, Nick Trulson.
Thanks everyone, it's an absolute pleasure to be up here, and of course tonight is all about the players and the coaches and everyone involved in basketball, but it's an absolute pleasure and to be up here and the fact that my peers, the CEOs, all voted for me, and it means a lot. And I think I don't want to hold up everyone's time tonight because there's a lot of awards, and I want to make sure that everyone has a great night, and I want to make sure when I talk about it that Dean Vickerman and Chris Golding, our captain and coach, have done a fantastic job for us this year, and we couldn't be more proud of not just our on-court team, the basketball department have done an incredible job, but I also want to thank our staff who have done an incredible job as my leadership team, Mark Boyd, who's won this award in the past, Tom Vandervoos, David Moore, Nicola Parkinson, who we actually voted for this award tonight. She's done an incredible job as a community leader. I think as a club we're very lucky, and a lot of them could have been up here tonight. My front office staff, just absolutely love them to bits. It's an absolute pleasure to work with them every single day, and I think that's what makes a great club, is great people. And I think when you look around the room today, we've got incredible leaders. Our ownership group, Simon Hupfeld, our chairman, has done an amazing job helping us with our clear purpose and values as a club. Chris Moore helps us with our recruiting each and every year and does an incredible job. We've also got John Oronis from our ownership group, Simon Kelly from our ownership group, and of course Larry is also from our ownership group, and we couldn't do it without them, of course, but with the players and everything they do off court, and to every other player in the room, what you do to help drive the game of basketball is something we should be all very proud of as a league. And we've got all of our major partners in the room from Melbourne United, and I wanted to give them a shout out because we couldn't do what we do without them. And to Brad Newley, it was a special week this week, Brad, and Tom as well from New Zealand. Just to have players like that, and you look around the room and the alumni that we have here, we've got a really special moment in time for our game and our code, and for the next generation of kids coming through. We really want to make sure that basketball is their sport of choice, and it's all up to us in the room to make sure we do that. So thank you, have a great night, and congratulations to all the other winners tonight. Thank you.
Congratulations to Nick, and a big thank you also to Dave Stevenson. Next up is the Fans MVP, presented by Chemist Warehouse. Joining me on stage is Jack Gans, chairman and co-founder of the Chemist Warehouse Group. The NBL fans are like no other, passionate, intelligent and knowledgeable, and this, make no bones about it, is your award. Unlike the last couple of years, this award is now finally wide open. So let's take a look at who the winner is. Are we ready, folks? Fans MVP is Bryce Cotton.
Perth's Red Army is one of the most passionate fan bases in the NBL, so it's no surprise to see Bryce Cotton crowned the Fans MVP. As Cotton prepares for another championship tilt, you know he'll have the backing of the Red Army at the always loud RAC Arena. Congratulations, Bryce Cotton.
Yeah, I just want to say thank you. It's been a crazy season for our team in particular. It's been a lot of ups and downs, but one thing with us, we've stuck together through the highs and the lows. It's been fun for us turning it around, and for the fans that voted for me, hopefully it was fun for y'all to watch. And yeah, let's enjoy the rest of the night. Thank you.
Well done, Bryce. And is that a purse or a man bag or a satchel? I haven't quite worked that out yet, but you pull it off better than most of us, and certainly I would as well. Across this NBL 24 season, we have celebrated some terrific milestones, and we'd like to take the opportunity now to recognise some of those. And we ask that those milestone winners join us on stage as well. So please, take a look.
Can Bruce be the man this time? Oh! You've got to be kidding me! Back out for Bruce. It drops.
Steindl with 2 on the clock. Fouled and one.
Steindl for 3. Big time hit from the captain.
3 championships in 6 years as a head coach. So proud to be a player for this man.
And we're going upstairs. Stop it, Robbie. The law pass. Stolen back the years.
We'd like to give all of our milestone winners their moment in the sun, so please, we invite you all to join us on stage now. All incredible milestones, massive numbers here in the NBL as well, and I think you'll all agree that the 5 gentlemen on stage are a wonderful collection and representation of what makes our league so great. So Sean, Tom, Clint, Dean, Vaughan, please, well done, and put your hands together once more, ladies and gentlemen. Tom, we might just get you to stay, if we can. The 4 of you are excused. Tom, you can just stay here for just a few moments if you can, please. Because in the last couple of weeks, we have had a couple of very big retirement announcements, stars of this league, and I must admit, it's going to feel very, very odd without both of them playing next season. Tom is sticking around, as you can see, and please join me in also welcoming who's retiring at the end of the season from Melbourne United, Brad Newley.
Years, the this year, so there's a lot of moments, lots of moments, lots of highlights, lots of lowlights, lots of incredible teammates who I've played with. Asked me to pick out one, it's a bit of an impossible task.
Such a legend, such a great leader, still so valuable on the court. Just the way he leads by example and by his words and actions is just high level, so a lot of respect for the man. He's like the pinnacle of New Zealand basketball. He's the face of it, the leadership he brings to a team, how he goes about his business as a pro. For him to still be playing at this level, just goes to show how valuable he is as a person and a player.
JR throws one upstairs and Brad Newley with the alley-oop pass. Over 40% outside the three, gives it to Newley. It's no mistake, the most productive player per minute in the league.
I said to EJ, I'm shooting too much, and he goes, nah man, get 50.
Throwing it back. The NBL Cup's a lot on the line for them, but they couldn't finish it. The young Brad Newley wound back the clock and came up with a big clean-up dunk.
I'm thankful for the game of basketball and what it's been able to do for me personally, the people I've met, places I've been, and things I've encountered. It's been pretty cool, and just hopefully it can inspire some of our young up-and-coming players to do the same.
Fantastic, absolutely fantastic, both of you. Tom, we might start with you. An emotional week. We go back to almost this time last week, the press conference. It was pretty teary. How was the week, and how was Friday night playing in Auckland in front of your home fans for what could be potentially the last time?
Yeah, it was a massive week, but it's been really humbling and just amazing to have such an outpouring of support and all the wonderful messages I've got. I couldn't think of a better bloke to share this day with. Brad, it's been wicked to have so many good memories with you and going up against you so many times. But yeah, no, absolutely, it's been a huge week and emotional in a lot of regards. But thank you to everyone who's reached out.
When you hear and you see the tweets and you see the comments on social media and people saying all these nice things about you, how does that make either of you feel? When you see these things, do you take a moment to reflect and soak it all in?
I'd just retire every week and you just get all the love. No, it's been a lot of fun. Personally, I'd like to thank the club for the week they gave me. Was able to have my family around the club a lot. Yesterday was fantastic. The week building up, and just a lot of great memories, both here and abroad. And very grateful that I've been able to play basketball for this long.
This is a kind of question without notice to both of you, but you've played so much against each other. Any stories of playing against each other, good or bad, that you want to share? I probably should have worded you up on this one.
I got a bad one. We were playing over, it was like an under-strength Boomers team. We were playing over in New Zealand, and Tommy back-cut me for one of his world-famous reverse alley-oops. I think we got rolled that night and never found the runner-up medal.
To both of you, we're obviously going to see you in the playoff series, which is fantastic and exciting, and hopefully you get to go out the right way, whatever that looks like. What does it look like beyond this season, though? If we fast forward 3-5 years' time from now, what will you both be doing?
Geez, I wish I had a crystal ball. I don't know. Look, I think basketball's been so good to me over so long, and especially being able to spend my entire career at the Breakers is a really special thing, and I don't want that connection to end. So, who knows, 3 to 5 years' time is a long time in the future, but I hope there's still a connection with me and the club and basketball as a sport, because I feel like I need to give back to a sport which has given me so much.
Newells, will you just be playing a lot of golf in 3 or 5 years' time?
Yeah, I had a hit today. Handicap came in 0.2, but I won't share what it is. Yeah, similar to Tom, I'll probably stick around the sport, probably not so much in the coaching side of things, more in the hospitality side of things, the wining and dining, and giving back a little bit to the community is something that I'm looking forward to doing. My immediate stress is trying to pick two year one basketball teams. I've got 30 boys who've rocked up, so I'm going to put them through trials and might annoy some parents, I think.
It's always stressful life, isn't it? I speak on behalf of everyone in this room, everyone watching at home, and anyone who's a basketball fan who's seen either of you across your careers. You've been an absolute joy to watch, and thank you so much for being here tonight, and thank you what you've done for the league.
Thank you.
Well, we've still got a lot to get through here at the Gazies. We've got some more of our major awards coming up very, very shortly. And a big shout out to everyone here at Seal. I think you'll agree that this room looks absolutely phenomenal, and their hospitality has been brilliant so far. I'm up here on my own at the moment. Shane Jacobson, it hasn't taken him long to get very comfortable. He's wandering the room already. Shane, where are you?
Mate, I'm over here with the Hoff. We've got Felix von Hoff here, mate. How are you?
Good, enjoying the night.
Yeah, I think everyone is. Mate, a couple of questions. Are you worthy bachelor? We just wanted to know in the room and everyone at home watching, do you think you were as successful as the bachelor as you were in your basketball career? But first, I guess we've got to ask you how successful you thought you were in your basketball career.
Oh, look, without swearing, I think I effed them both up in various ways.
So I just want to go through some stats. So your first game out when you were playing basketball, was it 0 from 8?
It was 0 from 6, but it was done in 3 minutes.
Wow, getting it done fast. They're good stats. How many women are on The Bachelor? So what's the pool you get to pull from?
I think it was around 12.
Wow, they're big stats. So 0 from 6 and then 0 from 12. This is good. And as you see, there's some amazing basketballers here tonight. Will you be making a return? You're doing a bit of playing at the moment. What are we looking forward to?
Oh, absolutely nothing. No, I will not be making a return, no.
Yeah, good. We're glad to hear that. All right, so a big round of applause if we can, ladies and gentlemen. Good luck. He's still... Oh, and Jack, are we trying to find a date for him? Does the room feel sorry for him? I think that's what's happening.
Yeah, or just increase your radius a little closer to this room, perhaps, for those who are on Tinder or Bumble or whatever else, and we'll see what we can find out. Well done, Shane.
Back to you, mate.
Our next award tonight is the Sixth Man of the Year, and it is presented by our great friends at Marsh. Joining me on stage is the Managing Principal of Corporate for Marsh, Mr. Nick Davey. So let's please take a look at our nominees.
Ian Clark, Melbourne United. Sean McDonald, Tasmania Jack Jumpers. Will Magnay, Tasmania Jack Jumpers.
And the winner of the Sixth Man of the Year is Ian Clark from Melbourne United.
Ian Clark has become a weapon in the NBL, having a positive impact on any team he joins. Melbourne United reaped the rewards in NBL 24. Clark averaged a career high in points, rebounds and assists, and is poised to influence the finals. We celebrate Ian Clark.
Ian, well done. You've been the hot favourite for this award for a lot of the season. You've looked so comfortable in this role as well. What does it mean to win an award like this for you?
It's a great feeling, obviously, to be recognized for the hard work you put on. Shout out to the other finalists as well. Got some great guys that were in contention for it, but I want to thank the club, coaches, my teammates. Wouldn't be up here without them. It's just fun playing basketball right now.
This Melbourne United team that you've been in all season has had challenges like all teams have, some lineup changes and some different combinations. How close are you now, do you think, to playing your best basketball?
I think we're pretty close. Obviously, having everybody healthy is a big thing for us. We have some guys in and out the lineup, so being able to go into the playoffs relatively healthy with everybody ready to go, I think is big for us.
Who's the biggest threat to Melbourne United? You finished on top of the table, but who have you got your eyes on?
Everybody. I think the league is very competitive, as we've seen these last couple rounds. So we just want to go out and be ready for whoever we match up with.
It's great to have you in the league again this season. Your role off the bench has been phenomenal for Melbourne United. So congratulations and good luck for what's coming up.
Appreciate it.
Ian Clark, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, very shortly we will take a break for some entertainment, but a couple of awards to get to before that though, including the hotly contested Most Improved Player. Here are the nominees. Take a look.
Jalen Galloway, Sydney Kings. Sean McDonald, Tasmania Jack Jumpers. Tyrell Harrison, Brisbane Bullets.
All right, here we go. Are we ready? The Most Improved Player this year goes to Sean McDonald.
Sean McDonald epitomises what it means to be a Tasmanian Jack Jumper. Hard-working, gritty, committed, defence-orientated, unselfish, effective. A vital contributor on Scott Roth's squad, the 23-year-old is a well-deserved winner of the Most Improved Player Award. Congratulations, Sean McDonald.
Come on over, Sean. I think we've worked out already which table is the loudest so far. The Tasmania tables have made a stack of noise. Come on in nice and close. Finalist last year, winner of the award this year. What does it mean to you to win this?
I mean, yeah, unbelievable. I appreciate all my teammates, all my fans. Unbelievable success and, yeah, just unreal to win it.
Are you a bit surprised? It feels like you're a little bit shocked.
Absolutely, I'm definitely surprised. I thought Jalen Galloway had a hell of a year, and I thought he was going to win it for sure. And Tyrell, unbelievable year too. So
I'm just looking over at the Jack Jumpers table. I can see your coach, Scott Roth. He's got that proud father or look on his face once again. Tell us about the influence that Scott's had on your career.
Yeah, I mean, he's trusted me completely. So just to go out and play my game and have an impact with the team, it's been unreal for sure.
You've been in the league for a little while now. Is it getting easier with every season that you played? You're certainly looking more comfortable at the level, but has it felt that way for you?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, you get used to it, but it's still an unbelievable league and everyone competes super hard every night, so it's tough.
Now, before we let you go, the win on Saturday night was a wonderful win. Are you playing your best basketball now? We spoke about that with Melbourne United, but your numbers as a group, Tasmania, stack up that you may very well be the form team of the competition heading into postseason.
Yeah, I mean, I hope so. I hope we're playing our best basketball at this time of the year, and yeah, we'll see how we go.
We certainly will. Sean, well done. Congratulations. Sean McDonald, ladies and gentlemen.
Well done, mate. Well done indeed. Trying to catch him there. The work of our players and teams in the community is vital to the growth of our league, but also the game. I'm sure everyone would agree with that. Tonight, we wish to recognise one particular person for their contribution with the Game Time by Kmart Award. To help present this award, it's great to be joined on stage by Rennie Freer, General Manager of Marketing at Kmart. Let's give a round of applause. Thank you for your support. Thanks, mate. All right. Without any further ado, let's do what we do just a little bit further. And it goes to Sunday Deck. Sunday here.
Sunday Deck had a profound impact on the Adelaide community this season and is a well-deserved winner of the Game Time by Kmart Award. Deck's humbleness and positive persona connects with the next generation of basketballers. We recognise and thank Sunday Deck for his time and care in nurturing our youth.
Sunday, congratulations. I won't take the thunder away from you. Tell us what winning this award and the work that you do in the community, how rewarding is it, and to be recognised tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's an honour to receive this award. Obviously, our job doesn't stop on the basketball court, it goes to the community, and for us at Adelaide, we've had such a fantastic fan base all year long, and, you know, to go out and give back, even, you know, when they come and show the support night in, night out, is special for us.
Of all of the things that you do, you're involved in reading programs, you're involved in charities, you do school visits, you do so many things, but it kind of feels personal for you to be a role model within the community. Is that fair?
Yeah, for sure. You know, I think when my family and I came to Australia, you know, we're refugees and we're taken in, and a lot of my role models were the people who gave back to me. So it's only fitting to be in this position and be able to do so. And, you know, one little thing that I do can impact someone else's life. So that's what we try to achieve to do. And the club's also done a fantastic job with giving us opportunities to be able to do so, and so does the NBL. So it's a phenomenal achievement that the league's doing, and one that we're very privileged to be a part of.
Of all of the things you've been involved in, is being involved in a fundraiser where you had to bounce the ball for 6 hours, is that sort of one of the most different things that you've done?
Yeah, that was for Parker. You know, Parker's an awesome kid, and Macca and I were privileged enough to be involved with his charity and his Purpose for Cancer, and helping fundraise for that. So it was definitely long on the legs, and Scotty gave us a lighter session that day, so we're pretty privileged with that.
Sunday, congratulations. The work that you and so many of the players and the teams do within the league is just phenomenal, and the growth of the sport and the numbers that you heard Dave Stevenson talk about speak to that. But for you personally, what you do is amazing. So congratulations and well done. Well, we've got through the first part of the night.
Yeah, we've managed to get through unscathed, which is wonderful. And there's a little bit of a break now, but we do want people in the room especially to stick around, because during our break, we have an amazing act called a Hollywood Duo that'll be with us.
And for those of you watching at home on the streams, however you're watching, don't forget, of course, the hashtag The Gazies. Pete Hooley has got some interviews with some of the stars of the league. So we'll take a short break and we'll be back very shortly at the Gazies.
Well, I've got a very special guest here. I mean, we talk about, yes, it's the MVP night, but there's a big other award that we're really excited about, which is the Coach of the Year. And I've got one of the men of the moment in NBL 24, Justin Tatum from the Illawarra Hawks. Firstly, how are you enjoying the night?
I'm enjoying it. It's nice. Very great venue. A lot of stars out here, great players. And we got Scottie Pippen, Horace Grandin, some of my childhood idols as a player. It's a great night so far.
Has it sunk in yet, the magnitude to what you've accomplished since you've taken over? I know there's a little break before the playing games start. Has it hit you?
Every once in a while it does. Like when I kind of like sit by myself and just watch the league or just see what, you know, my team has accomplished. And I pinch myself a little bit and said I was a part of it, or I started that journey. So it happens, it started to pinch in.
12 months ago, if we were sitting here and I told you took a team that was anchored to the bottom of the ladder, they finished top 4, you're a finalist for the Coach of the Year, would you believe me?
No, not at all. Not at all. 12 months, I was denying coming all the way out here in Australia to coach. You know, I was really want to work on being a consultant, and I was persuaded how beautiful this country is and how tough the league to give it a try.
We talked on the Huddle podcast a little bit about where you came from, all your coaching philosophies, all of that, and you told me that as the season went on, it was a bit harder to walk down the streets of Wollongong. So now you're a Coach of the Year finalist. If you do go on to win that, which a lot of people want to see that happen, is it going to be even harder to walk around the streets?
It would be, but I mean that's the thing, that's the beauty of it. I mean, people love the success of what their organization, their team, and their coach has built for them, and so like that's what we do it for, because I love to engage with the fans and the family. So I'm ready for it.
Your resume speaks for itself, and you had so much success back in the States, especially at the high school level. Now you've transferred that success to the professional level. Did you learn anything about yourself in the last few months?
Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot. I mean, like I can fight through resilience. I'm able to lead a group of men into the fire and let them believe that they're really good as an organization and as a team. So I mean, I learned a lot about myself as a man and as a coach. So I've been enjoying it.
You went on that 3-game skid where you lost a couple in a row, and a lot of people expected, oh, maybe we don't see Illawarra come back. What was your message then? Because Illawarra didn't just come back; they came and finished top 4.
I said we're down, but we're not out. You know, I mean, everybody's still in the mix here. I mean, we had a big speed bump in the road, but we got that should strengthen our continuity and our belief even more. And I felt that it did that at that time.
You look like you've embraced the community. We know they've embraced you because the place sells out now. You managed to get to a semi-final series, that home game. We envision that to sell out. What has it been like with the Hawks fans?
Man, it'd be unbelievable. I haven't been one in there since 2001, I believe. So, I mean, it'd be great to bring it back to the community of Illawarra. I mean, a small program, not a big-time city like Sydney and Melbourne and all these other guys. We come in and make some noise.
You do always find time to watch your son play, and normally it's during the middle of the day, which is easy. Today was an all-star game. Did you watch Jason play a little bit?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it until it just got out of hand. You know, man, as a coach, I'm a competitor, 100-some points at halftime. I had to turn it off and like, hey, how you do after that, son? I'll read stats. But I'm proud of him. 5th time being an all-star in 7 years, man. That's an unbelievable accomplishment.
I want to talk a bit about your coaching philosophy, right? Because we see it all written over the players' faces, the joy they have. They're out there having fun. Everybody on the bench is invested. What kind of challenge has that thrown to you, being able to be a head coach, but also manage different personalities?
It's the thing is just, I guess I get the belief of the guys to just, they got to trust me. They got to trust me to give them the right information. And put them in the right position. And then they just got to come to work and enjoy it every day. So I just feel that them guys just gave me everything they had, and they trusted in our belief. And, we just made the best out of it.
We can see this team really bonded since you took over. Anything in particular off the court that you decided to do? Was any bonding exercise? I saw, were you on a yacht at one stage with the crew?
Yeah, some of me and the guys go golfing, but we do a mandatory team dinner every time that we're on the road. And I think it has got the guys to do it on their own, even in Wollongong. So, I mean, it's just something like that just to bond them off the court, to not have the phones out or not just talk about basketball and just enjoy one another.
You've obviously seen some big venues in the States. Now you've been around the rest of the NBL. Besides the Wynn Entertainment Centre, what venue do you like to visit the most?
I like Perth. Perth was nice. I'm glad I kept it quiet for most of the part, but it was a pretty great venue. And Tasmania, where we're going to see next week. I mean, they just don't stop making noise and being quiet. But I love the support that they give their team.
Coach, we appreciate your time. Good luck in the finals. Good luck with the rest of the night as well.
Thanks for having me, man. I enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
Bryce Cotton coming up next.
Thanks, man. Man, it was hard to hear you for a second.
Well, here we go. One of the men of the moment here. We went from Justin Tatum now to Bryce Cotton, who's already been on stage. I didn't expect you to get on stage that early. What was that like, getting up there already?
Yeah, it was cool. A little unexpected. I didn't realize I had to say something right away, but I guess it broke the ice for me.
Firstly, everybody wants to know, how is the knee feeling? Because you copped the bang a couple of games ago.
Yeah, I'll be okay. I think just with the short turnaround with the game of playing a Thursday and then Friday, it was too quick to try to push through it, but we got plenty of time to rest, so I'll be good.
There is a lot of time to rest. We know the international break, and then we have the play-in tournament. Is that going to be a pro or a con? How are you guys really attacking that?
I mean, we're going to find out. But I think it'll be good, because obviously it's a long season. Nobody's 100% healthy around this time, so this is a good time to just rejuvenate, but make sure you try to stay in the groove that you were in if you were playing well before this break.
Jack Everett had a little crack. What do you got going on here? Is something special in there, or are you allowed to tell us what's in there?
No, man, so it's just...
That's just fashion?
I actually just bought this yesterday.
Okay.
So our team manager, Hayden, he's been rocking the fanny packs and all that all year, and he finally convinced me. But you know what? I'm becoming a fan. I'm trying it out, but I like it so far.
Well, you could go down as a 4-time MVP, but the first time we've seen a fanny pack on stage to win MVP, which I'm all for. I do want to touch on a little bit, because this is the most, I'm not saying animated we've seen you, but a couple of games this season. I want to go back to the Adelaide one. A couple of fans courtside had a few things to say, I believe, and then you were chirping back to the Phoenix. What do you like? You don't never chirp first, right? It's always if someone says something first, you're ready to go.
Yeah, I love to respond if there's somebody chirping. And I just think, the way the season had been for us as a team, me individually, a lot of pent-up emotion. So when people were giving me a reason to express how I can get, I just took advantage of that opportunity.
And I think that Adelaide game, you started a little slow. And then when you hear something like that, what goes on in your mind? Because you can almost just see this giant smile saying, you have no idea what you've just done.
I don't know. It's just the focus goes up, and I just know in my mind, like I might hear you 4 minutes ago but I'm like, the second I get my first bucket, I'm going to say something to you. If you say something back, I'm locked in the rest of the game.
A couple of these clips we were watching, and you talk about getting fired up, but when you're getting the Red Army going, and you can see you held up the Wildcats on the chest, what's that mean to you? You've been in the league 8 seasons now. It still looks like it's such a passionate thing for you.
Yeah, I mean, I love this game. I love playing for the Cats. And the Red Army, man, it's such an amazing feeling when you make a big play or, you know, a couple times put your hand to your ear and then they go crazy. Like, that's amazing. I think the crowd feeds off us and we feed off the crowd.
Defensive Player of the Year is coming up, and I want to get your take. Who do you think will win that, and why would that be?
Man, that's a tough one. I feel like this year, just like along with the teams, there's no clear-cut runaways for any award. So, no, I've seen Stranger Things.
Yeah,
and
that's true.
We both know that.
That's true.
So, golly, yeah, I'm not sure, but I think at least considering that, whoever wins is justified.
Who's one of the matchups, I guess, firstly, you look forward to because you know they're going to push you to be the best player that you can be?
I would say personally, it would probably be Bukwal, just because I think, you know, as physical as he plays, he keeps it about basketball. Even if it's a hard foul, it's a basketball foul. And after the game, it's all love. So I can always respect that when you're playing physical from a basketball standpoint.
And we've seen that, right? The physicality, and it goes up another notch because you went up another notch with your play this year. But your motor always seems to wear down the opposition. At your age, you've got plenty left in the tank, but you're still working on your motor in the off-season. How do you make sure that when it's the fourth quarter, you've played 39.5 minutes, you don't drop from 100 to 90? You're still at 100%.
Yeah, I think just because of pretty much the entire time I've been in this league, I'm always guarded the same way. So I continue with the same regimen in the off-season to make sure my body is ready to go if it needs to go 40 minutes or whatever. But it felt like a little time machine these last 4 weeks. I felt like they took me back to the 80s. I was playing 80s basketball. Everybody else was playing in 2024.
Well, I mean, I was talking big on the broadcast about how you're playing a lot of minutes. Not that I was worried about them, but it's just compared to everybody else. Everyone else is playing around 30 minutes. You were playing 40. Does it wear on you at all?
No, you know, I think I do a pretty good job just trying to make sure I take care of my body. We got great physios as well.
You a beach guy?
Huh?
You on the beach for a bit of recovery?
A little bit. I don't get in the water, but maybe just a little bit of grounding. But I mean, you can't play this game forever, so it's like I enjoy this because hopefully a long time from now I won't be able to do this, but while I can, yeah, let me play every single minute.
I just asked Justin Tatum what the best place outside of the home venue of the Hawks is to play, and he said RAC Arena, the jungle. He said he loves to go over there and witness that. What about you? When you're not playing at home, what venue do you like to travel to the most? You have waved in Melbourne a couple of times.
Yeah, I think I like Sydney. You know, Sydney, they have just such a big arena, kind of like ours. And when it's packed out, that crowd gets rocking. And it's a pretty cool adrenaline rush. If the crowd's going crazy and then we make some plays and you can silence a huge arena like that, that's very fun.
And we're not going to get into citizenship because you're Australian in my eyes. And I'm going to keep
Thank
preaching
you, man. I appreciate that.
And I think you're Australian in most people's eyes in this room. What is one thing that you've become that you look to yourself in that first moment you said, man, that's really Australian of me to do that? Because you've been here long enough.
I think whenever I talk to Australians, if I decide to talk like an Aussie, I can do it and it doesn't look like I'm forcing it. So to me, that was like, yeah, I'm as Australian as you can get at this point.
Lastly here, before we let you get on with the night, what are you looking forward to about the final series? Because there's a lot of teams going into it. We've seen everybody beat everybody, and it's going to be really hotly contested.
Yeah, again, like, this is probably one of the few seasons where it's like you can erase what the seedings are. Everything is so balanced between any teams that's going to play. So it's going to be a dogfight in the play-in as well as, you know, in the semis. So I don't care who we play. I know it's going to be a dogfight. So I'm looking forward to that.
Appreciate talking to you always. You're one of the pros of this too. We'll figure that out in the future. Good luck tonight and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that.
Bryce Cotton's old teammate Luke Travis coming up next. LT, thanks for joining us. Just a little moment there with your old teammate. What's it like running into the old team?
It's a little bit interesting, but it's always good relationship with those guys, and really enjoy this night to be able to catch up with them at the same time as, recognise all these great awards as well.
I'm coming in with the hard-hitting questions. I saw that you were in men's club today getting fitted out. What do you enjoy? Because you're big into your fashion. You basically, I'm not going to say you're the fashion MVP of the league, but if you're not up there, you've got to be top 3.
Yeah, I like to take the opportunity to, shout out men's club as well. They obviously hooked it up a little bit and took care of me real well. And like I said, when I went in there, it was my first proper suit to, fully get fitted out and take it all in as well. So it's been really cool.
Let's go back to the start of the season. You made the big move from over in the West to not just the East Coast. You joined Melbourne United. You said you wanted to unlock that next part of your game. Do you think you've done that looking back on the regular season?
Yeah, I think it's been a lot of ups and downs at the same time. It's been pretty consistent for the most part, which is what I wanted to do. So really enjoyed the season. Obviously the guys that I'm playing with are making it really easy to make that transition. So it's been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the rest of it as well.
What is it about this team? So we talk about the depth, and there's a lot of deep teams in the competition, but we talk about injuries as well. We seem to forget how much you've had to deal with that at Melbourne United, and you've been on deep teams. I mean, you're a Summer League champion, which we'll touch on. But what's so special about this Melbourne United team?
I think it's just the people that they are. Off the court, we all get along so well, and training's always fun and up and about, and we're always just making each other better. But when we get on the court, there's just so many weapons that it just opens up everything else as well. So, yeah, like I said, it's been a lot of fun, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what else we can do.
I think I asked you a while back at some point, what position do you consider yourself on the floor? And we've seen you play the power forward, we've seen you bring it up. Are you any closer to figuring out what position you like the best?
No, I feel like I'm further away. Now that I've played a little bit of power forward this year, it's been a lot of fun to be able to grab rebounds and just take off, which I like to do as much as possible. But playing a little bit of point guard, you're not doing it so much. You're guarding guys out in the perimeter. So I'd say further away from it. But I enjoy just I think basketball's just becoming so positionless that it's just whatever you can do out in the court, you'll be out there.
Cleveland Cavaliers drafted you. We know that in the second round you won a Summer League championship. They were over here watching you. What does it feel like when they're in the stands? Does it make you a little bit tense? Because we forget that you're still young.
Yeah, I feel like it is a little bit. Obviously, it's just human nature to have a little bit more added pressure with that kind of stuff. But they've been so good about it that, off the court, they kind of just tell you, go out and do your thing, and the rest will take care of itself. So, props to them to, be able to just let me go and do my thing.
Hardest question so far. I've been waiting all night for this. You have now been coached by some of the most elite sideline steppers. That's what I'm going with in Trevor Gleeson and now Dean Vickman. Who do you not want to be on the end of a spray from more?
Wow.
I can only attest to one side, but I could imagine that Trev's spray would be up there.
Yeah, I think Trev's up there for sure. I remember, being my first year, Kev White was over there, and it was completely my fault, but Kev got the spray, and just seeing that sort of, triggered a little alarm bells that I don't want to be on the end of that. So, I go with Trev, and Dean's pretty good about it as well.
If we fast forward and everything goes the way many people predict, this could be a Melbourne United Perth Wildcats Grand Final series. What's that going to feel like if that happens for you?
I mean, it's another opportunity to go home, I guess. But yeah, it'll be super cool to be able to, go up against your old club. Obviously, you never want to lose against your old club, but nevertheless, the NBL championship as well. So it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're trying to get that championship as well.
Well, I said you were probably the fashion MVP, but Bryce is running a fanny pack now. Are you a chance next event?
Yeah, no, I'm not going to rock anything like that. I kind of keep it simple and nice and comfortable, so I'm not going to be rocking anything like that.
I've seen the Melbourne United introductions or arrivals. There's nothing simple about you. LT, good luck for the rest of the season. Good luck tonight.
Appreciate it.
Derek Rucker coming up next.
Thank you.
Now, we know the big dogs are here when you walk on stage, Derek Rucker, and have to check what's going on. What's the wrist action with Luke Travers and his watch? How you doing, man?
I'm very well, Holes. What's happening? This is a great night. I mean, let's talk about that. It's a great experience. Good to see everybody out. And, man, the NBL just keeps popping and popping and popping.
I mean, you mentioned it's a great night. We're seeing people walk up and shake Scottie Pippen's hands, Horace Grant, Luke Longley, everybody's floating around. And you're very popular tonight, and not just by everybody, but it's the CEOs, it's the coaches. I saw some really nice hugs going on. You feel like you've well placed in that?
Well, I mean, some of them are personal relationships, like Scott Roth, for example. People may not know, but Scott and I both grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and he's a few years older than me, and he was someone that I idolized as a teenager. So to be in the same league as him all this time, and kind of so many of our aspects of our life have come full circle. It's just great to catch up with guys like that, and Leonard Copeland, someone who I've known for 30 plus years. It's just, there's a rich tradition and a lot of history here, and it's good to see the NBL highlighting it.
Spoke to Justin Tatum and Bryce Cotton before Luke Travers, and Bryce mentioned it. Some strange things have happened at awards night because it's the coaches, it's the captains, it's their peers who vote. Is there any way this man could lose the MVP?
No, Bryce is the MVP. I mean, look, there's always a possibility that something crazy could go down. But I said earlier in the season that I thought he was going to make a run at some point, and like a horse in the Strait of Flemington, come down the outside and take everybody over, and that's exactly what he's done. He's the best player in the competition. I think he's the smartest player in the competition, also Hools. And over time, Brett Brown used to always say, let talent prevail, and I think that is so true with Bryce Cotton. And it's great that not only he is an outstanding person, but he's a great ambassador for the league. He's very personable and someone you just enjoy being around.
Talk about the top six is set. We have to wait till the 28th of February, which it's a good chance for everybody to refresh because we want these teams as healthy as possible when they meet. If you had to pick one team of the top six you're most worried about, who would it be and why?
Worried in a good sense?
Worried in a bad sense. Worried that maybe they're not going to be ready come Wednesday, the 28th of February.
Okay, so right now it's quite obvious that that's probably the New Zealand Breakers. With their injury concerns and their lack of good fortune this season, I'm really concerned about their well-being. But they have a guy in Parker Jackson Cartwright that can take over games at any point. They have enough of a supporting cast around him where they can be very dangerous in Sydney at Kudos Bank Arena next Wednesday night. However, they have a tough opposition. And that team we saw from the Sydney Kings on Saturday, is that the real Sydney Kings? Or was that just them taking advantage of a really weakened opponent? I think it could have been the real Sydney Kings, Pete, and I think I'm in the minority. But we might see that team go on a run now.
Let's touch on that game because I was calling that game, and you're right, the Phoenix, they have talked about injury blows. It's been really unfortunate for them and what Mike Kelly's had to deal with. But that Sydney team, the way they were playing, the joy, we haven't seen that kind of smiling, everybody having fun. Granted, they were hitting shots, which is always fun to do. But that might have been it, right? That might have been that flicking moment, that switch moment in all of their brains, in the team as a whole, that they can not just beat the Breakers and move on to the next stage, but they can make a run at this thing.
And I think a lot of it is about Jalen Adams. All year long, he's been putting up solid numbers. I think he's one of the top 5 to 7 players in the NBL, and his numbers reflect that. But I've been critical at times because I felt that he really hasn't had the drive, the impact that we expect from someone that puts up those numbers. But the past 2 rounds, Pete, I think he's starting to really press the accelerator and understand, I need to do more than what I thought I was going to be required to do back in September or October. And if that guy gets it going, he's a Bryce Cotton level type player. He's a former MVP of the league. There's no reason why he can't lead and lift everybody else with him. And there's enough talent across that roster. They can play with the Melbourne United. They can play with Perth. They can play with Tasmania. But do they have the dedication? Can they flip that switch and be like, right now, we're bringing it?
We're going to get back to the awards shortly, but we've seen a couple of people around the tables now. We've gone and had a chat to everybody with some great entertainment before this show started. Who's going to be MVP tonight off the floor? And I mean, Jack mentioned the Jack Jumpers table. They're enjoying themselves a little bit, I reckon.
Yeah, the Tasmanian crew is fired up. Everything that happens, if you just mention Jack, they go off thinking Jack Jumpers is coming. Leonard Copeland is always a favorite.
He tells me he's hitting the links at 6 a.m. with Gazy.
Trust me, it doesn't matter. I've seen that guy play games at noon and be out all night and come out and drop 30. A little game of golf is not holding him back. Felix Van Hoff, off to not a great start, got roasted a little
Didn't
bit
he?
here. Got roasted a little bit.
It seemed a little. It seemed fair enough, to be honest, actually.
Very proud person, our Felix. I think he can bounce back from that. He's not the worst looking guy in the house, so I think he's probably a good chance of making some extracurricular things happen. But I think overall, everybody's winning tonight. You're winning, I'm winning. We're all happy to be here, and it's kind of symbolic of where basketball is in this country right now. I think, it's just such a great sport to be involved with. It encompasses my whole life, whether it's via NBL media or my own business. Basketball is truly life for me.
You're doing a great job, Ruck, and we're about to get back to the awards, but one last thing before I go.
Yeah.
In 10 words, who wins the entire NBL championship and why? 10 words.
I like Tasmania, but Melbourne United are the team.
I don't know, I couldn't count that quick enough, Ruck. Thank you so much.
Thanks,
we're going to
Hills.
kick things back off with the awards, and we'll find out soon enough who the MVP is.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. For everyone watching online, we can assure you there's a lot of fun being had in the room, so everyone's just quickly making their way back to their tables and chairs. Thank you very much. And just to let you know, folks, we're going to have Luke, Scotty and Horace up here very, very soon. All right, now watching the 8 next stars, I'm sure you'll agree with me, mate, that watching the 8 next stars do their thing this season has been nothing short of an absolute joy to watch. All young men with enormous futures. We want you all to know how great it's been having you in the league this season. And just know, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, we're all going to be cheering for you. And now, please welcome to the stage Alex Sarr from the Perth Wildcats and Bobby Clintman from the Cairns Taipans. Let's bring them up with applause.
Oh, there you are. Gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for being here tonight. This is the part where I look like a real short ass standing next to 7-footers and 6'10", so thank you. We'll talk hoops in a minute. Just talk to us a little bit about, maybe Bobby to start with, your experience in Australia. I can remember seeing a video of you when you arrived and you said you were a bit worried about snakes and some other things. You were in far north Queensland. How's the season been for you?
It's been amazing, I've learned a lot. Australia been a little bit different. But it's been awesome. It's a great experience. Competitive league, a lot of great players. So I've enjoyed it.
What's been the favourite thing?
My favorite thing? I would say just the chemistry from the team, We've had really, it's been a little up and down, but it's been a great season overall for me and the team. And I feel like I've made friends for life, so it's been great.
Alex, I don't know if you can see me down here. You're in Perth with one of the most crazy, rabid set of fans you'll see anywhere in world sport. You've got to play a whole season in front of the Red Army and still with more to come. Talk to us what that's like when you walk out at RAC Arena and the crowd's going absolutely nuts.
Yeah, it's cool, the Red Army they bring a lot of energy to us every game, so it's just cool.
What about the fans? Have you had any interesting experience with fans? As we say, the Perth fans are as passionate as any.
Not really, no, not really.
All right, we'll move on. That was good. When you write stuff down and you think that one might work, and it was shit, it didn't. Your time in the NBL, you came here with aspirations. Alex, I'll start with you on this one. And I think when you arrived, you were around pick number 17 in the mock draft, and that was the talk at that stage. Now when we hear your name in the mock drafts, there's a 1 next to some of them. If not a 1, a 2, at worst, a 3. How big of a role have Perth played in your rise this season?
Yeah, it made me improve a lot as a basketball player, and all my teammates, my coaches just made me grow as a player and as a person. So I'm just blessed to be able to have them and have a year like what happened.
For the physical side of things, are you glad that you chose the Next Stars program and glad that you chose to play against grown men to get you ready for the NBA?
Yeah, for sure.
Bobby, far north Queensland, the Taipans fans also very, very passionate. I want to know about Adam Ford, what it's like playing under Adam Ford. We love watching him on the sidelines. The cameras follow him. We talk about passion and I think about 40 straight away. How's he been for you?
It's been great, you know, like every day, like since day one, since I came out here, you know, he been on us trying to get us better, you know. As everybody know, we got a very young team, so, you know, we've been going at it in practice, and Coach Ford is a big reason of that. And, you know, the way he put the group together, it's been awesome. So I can't thank him more for that.
So what's next for you? Alex has got some postseason to come. What does it look like between now and the NBA draft?
You know, first of all, I'll just go home, see family real quick, and then get straight to work, try to get better.
Now, we spoke about the environment here. You were worried about the snakes, and Alex, you've been in Perth where it's been hot. What about some of the Australian food? This is the obvious question. I have to ask this. I'm duty-bound to ask this. Have you tried Vegemite?
Yeah, I did. I don't really like Vegemite. I like meat pies, though. Meat pies are cool, but Vegemite is not really it.
Not sure that strength and conditioning guys want you eating too many meat pies, to be honest. What about you, Bobby?
I haven't really tried no, like, typical Australian food. I just try to eat everything is possible, like, you know, steak, everything good, you know?
Well, it's been great having you both. We're so excited for what's to come for the NBA draft. All of our next stars, they bring so much to the league, and to have 8 this year is a massive shout out to Liam Santamaria and Jeremy LaLiga for making it all happen. And having these two fine young men and all of our next stars in the league, we wish you both the absolute best. Thank you for being here, and good luck for the future.
Appreciate it.
Bobby Clinton and Alex Sarr.
Love the way you said I've been eating everything. No, you haven't. This is what it looks like when you eat absolutely everything. I'm on 3 diets at the moment. I can't get enough food out of one. And I think Jack's doing it. How about a round of applause for Jack Heverin? Does a fantastic job. A bit worried that he asked a question that didn't go. Well, the good thing about this event is you know that everyone up here is telling the truth. That's what I love about doing any event that's a sports event, is people tell the truth, because quite often I have the chore, if you will, of being invited to or hosting at the Logies, and the thing that I love about this room is all of you still have the faces that you were actually born with, which I think is fantastic. Someone says, oh, I'll be honest, but the truth is some of the people have had so much work done at the Logies. I saw a lady point her toes and her eyes slammed shut. Now that's a lot of face work, but anyway, the NBL continues to go from strength to strength. It really is a force on the Australian sporting landscape. As you heard earlier from Dave, the numbers truly speak for themselves. It started with a vision of one man. I'd like to welcome him to the stage right now. Ladies and gentlemen, please can we have a round of applause for NBL Executive Director, Mr. Larry Kesselman, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you all. What a night. New venue, new setup, new atmosphere. I absolutely love it. It's great to see everyone here. For me, every time we have these awards, every time we get together, I only look at it as an opportunity to do one main thing. For me, it's gratitude. It's about thanking everyone that has put in the hard work, that has followed the vision. And I'm not sure I can take all the credit for the vision that was created. I think part of the vision was my family that voted me in to actually try to help the NBL be what it is today and what it actually has the potential to do. And I want to thank and acknowledge my mum at 88, still here and still urging me on. What NBL is today is something extraordinary, and I don't think I could have even imagined myself in my wildest dream the potential and the momentum that we have actually gathered. So when I reflect on the last 9 years of owning the league and being the custodian of something that was created by many, many people before myself, people like Andrew Gaze and his father Lindsay, and so many from the start of what is now an absolute juggernaut of a sporting league, and it's going just from strength to strength. The word that actually comes to mind to me, and one that I use a lot, is tribe. And if you're not really sure why you're here and why you're invited, and it can only be summed up in that, you are actually my tribe. And you obviously believe in this vision, you believe in the league, you know what this is about, you know what it does for more than just business. It's something that delivers amazing things for fans, for families. In a world that can sometimes be a little broken, a little harsh, we're a little sanctuary, I think, of happiness and joy that's brought to families, to people. So I think it's much more than business. And my tribe includes people like that unfortunately cannot be here, in Jack Cohen, who unfortunately even he could not fix the weather in Sydney. Talk about us getting a hard time in Melbourne, and Sydney has the weather that stops a wonderful man like himself and a couple others from being here. So I have supporters like Kylie here from ESPN and Disney, all of the people that have supported the vision almost from day one with News Corp and everyone else. So it's more than business. And I was almost feeling a little bit bad when all the partners were being read out, because when I started, we literally started with one. So I never want to forget that feeling of what it's taken. I'm super grateful. I absolutely realize we're only custodians of what is an amazing product that was already there before us. And I want you to know you have my absolute commitment to keep growing it. We don't take anything for granted. We've still got a lot of work to do, but I'm very, very grateful and thankful. And if you ever wonder the main word as to why, I'd like to play a little video that will describe, I think, why I do what I do. So if you can, please. I was literally sitting courtside, and I turned my head and I saw this beautiful girl, and I could see her just having an absolute time of her life. And it meant everything to me. It put perspective to everything that we do. It's a serious business. I take it seriously. I have an amazing team around me, but when you break it all down, I think it's so special what we do for families, and I couldn't do this by myself. The people that are here, you're my tribe. I know not always things go smoothly, but I promise you, you have my commitment. I'll continue to make it better every year and work really hard at it. So thank you for you and for that girl. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Larry. We've got so many great names in the room tonight, both past and present, and it is time to welcome another. Now, last year, unfortunately, he couldn't be with us because of a knee operation, but 12 months on, he's all healed, and he's here to present the award with his name on it. Please welcome the 6-time Defensive Player of the Year, Damian Martin. Look how sharp he looks, Damo. Good to have you here. It's been a big few weeks for you.
Yeah, it's been an incredible honour when the Wildcats told me they were going to retire my jersey, and I actually had Jesse Wagstaff, one of my closest mates and teammate for a long period of time, surprised me with the announcement with Sean Redditch, Jesse Wagstaff, Greg Hyatt, to have all those guys celebrate with me. It's been incredible.
How big were the celebrations? And be honest.
I'm an old man now, so to be honest, we played at 2 p.m, got to 4, got to the post-game celebrations, and at about 9 o'clock I looked at my wife. We've got 3 daughters now, so we rarely get out, and I said, "Oh, are we ready to go home, Britt?" And she said, "No chance." And I said, "Okay, so we're in for one of those nights." So yeah, it was horrible for about 48 hours later. And to Hutchie, I work on radio these days. Sorry about 2 bad days of broadcast.
Now, it's been a crazy end to the season. Obviously, you keep a pretty close eye on everything, but the Wildcats as well. What happens next in this postseason, the play-in and into the playoffs? How do you see it all panning out?
Oh, it's the best time of the year. Credit to Melbourne United to get 20 wins in a regular season. It's tough when you've sat at the top so long, because you start turning your focus to the postseason. It's just natural to get excited for the business end of the year. It's the reason you play. They're about to embark on it. You've got 6 teams who all stand a chance of winning regardless of what they did during the regular season. So this is when the real fun begins, and this is when players really establish a name for themselves. The superstars that can step up when the brightest of lights are on right now, they're the ones you remember.
I think I can see what it still means to you. I feel like you want to go out there now.
Nah, trust me, no one wants that. I was actually coming out here first time to Melbourne. I'm grateful to the NBL for inviting me along, but my wife was going to come along with me. First time we would have been away from our 3 daughters since giving birth to Maggie 7 years ago. In the end, she ditched me. No offence to Larry Sengstock, who's now my date tonight, but she ditched me for Taylor Swift. So thank you, Britt, if you're watching at home.
I think most people are ditching their loved ones for Taylor Swift right now, so I probably understand. Let's take a look, Damo, at the nominees for the Defensive Player of the Year.
Shea Ely, Melbourne United. Sam McDaniel, Brisbane Bullets. Will Magnay, Tasmania Jack Jumpers.
And the winner for Best Defensive Player, Shea Ili.
Shea Ili has long established himself as one of the most fierce and determined defenders in the competition. Tonight, he wins his first Damian Martin Trophy for Defensive Player of the Year. The intensity, passion and doggedness of Ili causes headaches for his opponents. He doesn't give them an inch. Congratulations, Shea Ili.
Shea, well done. Not too many questions. All right, we'll just keep it nice and brief. I know you're a man of few words.
I haven't had too many beers, mate. So.
Oh, that's your fault then. You should have had a few more. You're in the running for this every year. You won it for the first time now. Pretty special?
Yeah. To be in a category like Damian Martin, it's an honour to be in that category. Just shout out to Dino for trusting me and what I do, and yeah, credit to all the other nominees and to my teammates. Yeah, appreciate you all. Cheers, man. Thanks.
Oh, is that it? We're done, are we? Okay. Shea Ili, ladies and gentlemen. For the other award winners who are still to come, if you don't want to talk, then just do exactly what Shea did. Answer one question and just get right out of here. We've still got plenty to come here at the Gazies, and very, very soon we're going to name our All-NBL first and second teams, and that is going to be very, very interesting as well. The next award that we're going to crown is the Referee of the Year, and it is presented by our wonderful partners at Europe Car, who do so many things for this league and so many things for teams around Australia. Ben Margarel joins us to present this award as well. I have the winner in my hand, and the winner of the Referee of the Year is Vaughan Mabry.
This marks Vaughan Mabry's third straight Referee of the Year award. Mabry is one of the league's most respected officials, a testament to his dedication and professionalism. Congratulations, Vaughan Mabry.
Come on over, Vaughan. Now, to start with, can you just, that camera right at the very back there with the red light on, can you just look down the camera, please, and say, Coach's Challenge is successful?
The Coach's Challenge is successful.
Doesn't he do it so well? You've won this award again. You're up here this time last year as well. You've got such a wonderful group of referees now, but to win this and to be crowned Referee of the Year, what does it mean to you?
Look, it's a special award for all of us. Like, I think anyone on the table over there in table 21 would like to win it, but I think it's a collective effort with the referee group. Like, it's I really need to give a special shout out to all the guys on table 21. Particularly Scott and Blaine, who sit in the replay centre all the games, 140 odd games. That's a really tough job, and then all my referee esteemed colleagues over there that are out on the floor every week. Making the tough calls every week. So, it's a big shout out to them as well.
What's the most challenging part of the role, particularly when rules are changing all the time? What can be the hardest part sometimes?
Just the constant questioning. So, I think you've just got to have, a good book of puns. And over the years you sort of, you put a few in your pocket to say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to say that in the future. So you always, you got one, stuck away somewhere for, the right opportunity.
Anyone ever use their manners when they're asking those questions?
Oh yeah, most of the players in Australia are pretty polite actually.
I noticed you didn't say anything about the coaches then.
No, they get a bit, wound up, but that's to be expected. It's a tough job they got, so that's, we expect that to happen.
Tough job, but you all do a wonderful job, Vaughan. Congratulations, and our Referee of the Year, ladies and gentlemen, Vaughan Mabry. Well done. As I mentioned earlier, we're not too far away from crowning our All-NBL first and second team and getting closer to crowning this year's Coach of the Year and our MVP. But please welcome Shane back to the stage here at Seal with the wonderful Tristan McClendon.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are we all doing tonight? Good, that's what I like to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, I may have met some of you already this evening. If I haven't, there was still time for me to steal your wallet before you go home, so don't worry. There's been a few awards going out here tonight, which is fantastic to see. And what I want to do, though, is I want to open it up, and I'm going to give, it's not so much an award as a lucky door prize. I'm going to give one random person the chance to win what I think is some pretty incredible prizes listed behind here. And so I'm going to come over to this table. You, sir, on the edge with the red tie. Can I get you to just give me a number between 1 and 5? And you're going to 4. Okay. There's a list of different prizes on here. You're happy to go with 4? You don't want to change your mind? Okay. And what was your name? Sorry. Hayden. Hayden. Okay, Hayden. I've got your prize here. You said number 4, yeah? That is, Hayden, the pair of socks. Give it up for Hayden. He's won a pair of socks. But don't worry, Hayden. I've got the socks over here for you. Right here. Had have you chosen any of the other numbers, it would have been $1,000. Thank you, Hayden. The other thing I want to do while I'm here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, is very special, actually. I've brought with me a mascot for tonight, and I hope you can all agree it's a very cute-looking mascot. But what I thought was, while we're all gathered here in this room celebrating the NBL awards, and we've got Shane Jacobson here, I thought rather than me just coming up with a random name for this mascot for tonight, why not collectively we all come up with a name that this mascot can be known as going forward? Does that sound like a pretty good idea? All right, let's do it. I even went to the effort of printing out a naming certificate for this mascot. That's how dedicated I am to this. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear this up. I'm going to throw this into a ball. I want somebody at this table to catch it for me. And I just want you to, you don't need to read it. This is just to choose the first name, the first letter for the name of this mascot. Just come up with a random letter, any letter you want. R, okay. Now the only rule with this is that we're going to sort of keep to typical language syntax. So if we have R now, we don't want to go to Z next. So can I get you to scrunch that up into a ball and throw it to whichever table you want? All right, so we've got R so far. What's the next letter we're going to get over there? Any letter you want? I? Thank you very much. R-I. Okay, can you throw it to another table? We'll get another couple of letters. There we go. Has someone caught it over there? And in a nice loud voice, can you please shout out what the next letter is going to be for this mascot? T? C. All right. R-I-C. Let's get 2 more. Throw it onto another table. Keep it moving. Hands up if you've caught it. All right, we've got the table over there. Can you give me the next letter for the mascot? Nice and loud. What letter have we got? K, R-I-C-K. Rick. All right, let's leave it there. Give it up for the new mascot, now formerly known as Rick. Oh, actually, Shane, what's the date today?
I have no idea what today's date is. Who knows
what
date is?
Is it Feb, obviously?
It's the 19th, isn't it? Today's the 19th.
19th, all right. Shane, I'm going to get you to, come over here for me actually. Let's give it up for Shane. I'm going to get him to hold this naming certificate.
Yep.
And also, Shane, what I want you to do is hold on to our new mascot called Rick. Hold him there in your arms,
right,
just like you love him. Amazing. All right. Shane, this next part's very important. Let's come out here.
Okay.
I want you to read out for me this mascot naming certificate for tonight.
So the mascot naming certificate, I, Shane Jacobson, here of sound, mind and body.
There we go, yep.
That's questionable. On this very special occasion for the NBL MVP Award, I am beyond excited to officially declare that on this date, February the 19th, this incredibly cute, fluffy animal will be hereby known as Rick.
Give it up for Shane Jacobson and Rick. Thank you very much. Oh, hang on. When I was on the way here tonight, I actually stopped at one of those little kiosks in the shops, you know, where you get like keys engraved and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I got a name tag for this mascot. and I got it inscribed. Can you read out in a loud voice what it's inscribed with?
How have you done that? That says Rick.
Inscribed on the mascot is Rick, the mascot for tonight. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy your evening.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause. I have no idea he did that. It literally says Rick on it. Okay. I know it. You've got to take my word for it. It said Rick. Jack, I don't know if you could see it. It had Rick engraved on it.
I've got no idea. I don't know how these things happen. Sometimes we're better off not knowing, I suppose. Big thanks to Shane and a big thanks to Tristan as well for their wonderful work tonight. We are blessed to have so many brilliant young players strutting their stuff here in the NBL. We just met a couple of them earlier. And last year, the Next Generation Award was introduced to crown the very best young talent here in the NBL. For clarity with this award, all players under the age of 25 at April 30 of the year of conclusion of the relevant season are eligible. Champion are wonderful supporters of this league, and they're also great supporters and believers of this award. And I'm delighted to welcome Sarah Flynn, who is the General Manager of Champion Australia and New Zealand, to help us out with this award as well. Sarah, welcome. And let's take a look at the nominees.
Alexander Sarr, Perth Wildcats. Luke Travers, Melbourne United. Sam Froling, Illawarra Hawks.
It's a hot field. The winner of the Next Generation Award from the Illawarra Hawks is Sam Froling.
Sam Froling has established himself as a star of the NBL and at just 24 years of age still has a big future. Always a handful to deal with in the post, Froling possesses a bevy of offensive weapons. Congratulations, Sam Froling.
Hey Sam, well done. Congratulations. Just to check, you're not going to do a Shea Ilian bolt on me after one question, are you?
No, I can answer a couple for you.
This season, it's great recognition for what you've been doing. It does feel like you've been in the league for a very long time now, but what's been maybe a little different about this season for you personally?
I mean, the turnaround we've had this year has been unreal, and I mean, it's a special shout out to JT and the way he's led us from that. He's been an unbelievable coach for us, and you know, the way the group's brought in has been unreal. I'd also like to give a special mention to all the first year guys. It's a bit stiff, you don't get a Rookie of the Year and you're going up against guys who've been in the league for a long time, so you know, your work is always credited.
That's fair, well done. Not sure what that was. The roller coaster this year at Illawarra, just try and explain to us, everyone in the room and everyone watching at home, the low lows, I guess, of early in the season to where you are now. It must have been an incredible season for good and for bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you're not winning games. You start to question everything about yourself. If you're a good basketball player, if you're worthy of the spot you're on, and then when you're winning, it's the opposite. You start to think you're the best in the world, but it's riding those waves and finding that good middle ground. And I think we've got such a good group for that. And JT's the head of the snake there, and he's done a really good job of keeping us level and putting us in the positions we need to be to win.
Was there a point in this season where you felt like it was starting to turn and you got belief back and you thought, okay, we really could play a role in this season?
Yeah, for sure. You win a couple games in a row, and then I think the big one for us was we lost the 2 to Cairns in Adelaide, and that was make or break that next round for us, and then we go and get a big win in Perth and another one at home, which was massive, and that really cemented the belief that we're a team that can contend in this league, and we've got the pieces.
Well, it's been great to watch the Illawarra Hawks, but Sam, most importantly, it's been great to watch you. You've got better and better and better every single season, and that's what the Next Generation Award's all about. So congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Well done. Well done to Sam, and also a big thanks to Sarah Flynn and all of the team at Champion who support this award. A reminder that the all-new play-in series now in its second season will begin on February the 28th. Not one, but 2 games to get us going for the postseason. We're having a great night here at Seal. It's been a lot of fun so far, but let's take a look back to how it all started tonight.
if I need to introduce our next three guests, but I'll do it because it's polite and it's what you should do on television. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please get an appropriate amount of applause for our three special guests? Ladies and gentlemen, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Luke Longley, no less. Yeah. So good to have you here. So at the moment, we are, thanks to you guys, we are the centre of the basketball universe because the most amount of championship rings in one room on the planet right now is this room of ours here tonight. That's a fair thing to say, isn't it, Luke?
That's a fair thing to say, mate. Although we're at the Carlton Football Club today, they had 16 in the front room, so that made me feel like we weren't doing enough work.
I'll start off with the obvious question. All four of us were in the documentary or the movie The Last Dance. Myself and Luke got cut out from it. Is that fair? Because let's be honest, we saw as much of me as we did you.
I asked him to be my stunt double, but...
So, firstly, I should explain. So the sentence is, in Australia, and I think we use the same expression in America when people say arguably, meaning that someone may argue but most won't. But there is no argument. You were a part of the best basketball team ever to have been on a court on the planet. Horace, do you agree?
No. The first three championships was the best. Not that, 72 and 10?
I'm going to let Luke answer that.
Oh, so go on, Luke.
We could get a vote, first or second. Hands up for the first three, Pete. I didn't see one hand, not one hand. Hands up for the second three, Pete. There you go, that solves it right there.
Believe me, I tell you this. The X factor in the first three and the second three, I would have kicked Dennis Rodman's ass.
I'd like to have seen that.
Yeah.
He's not in the room, so you can say what you want. You know that, Horace, yeah?
That would have been pay-per-view.
Now, I've got to ask, I'm going to go, if we can rewind the clock with your permission, to go back to the Pistons, Detroit Pistons. The style of game you guys were playing then and watching that style of game versus the style of game now, do you think it will ever be as wild as that on a basketball court anywhere on earth again?
I don't think so. I think the game has changed in a good way.
Yeah.
I think we played the game wrong, if you ask me. When I watch today's game, it's more exciting. It's about shooting. I think anyone who had the opportunity to experience basketball in the 80s, in the 90s, you were very fortunate to watch a very physical game of basketball. And the game was played on both ends of the court, very hard, and it was taken very serious. In today's game, it's really an offensive game. It's more or less for scoring, it's for excitement for our fans, but I definitely feel that it's a more exciting game than when we played because of the shooting and more scoring. These guys may not agree.
Horace doesn't.
Wait.
Because they couldn't shoot.
Listen, because him and Michael wouldn't pass us the ball. That's why we couldn't shoot. Hold on.
So,
hold on. Are we smoking up here? Because I like the 90s. We don't take anything away from shooting the threes and, you got the Joker, 7 foot tall, shooting the three. You got Wemby now coming down, doing his thing. But you go back to that 90s, we only scored 87 points a game, but it was physical. We barely let anyone score, 35 points or 40 points. But that 90s era was very damn good.
So, Luke, what was the score at the All-Stars game? What was that score?
Come again, mate?
The All-Stars game. What was the score just the other day at the All-Stars?
Today I think it was 200 to 180 or something, wasn't it? Hey, Drew, maybe you could argue for the 80s as a good era.
Yeah. And just say, if you wonder what's going on here, we've got a speed painter over here. Relax, it's not a drug reference. So you're being painted by the time we've finished this interview, and this whole thing only goes for about 8 or 10 minutes, you're going to be painted in that time. Can you believe it? So, Luke, I've got to ask you, the game, so, you know, what I was posing was the game was different. It felt more physical, especially against the Pistons in that era. The game that we're playing here in Australia now, NBL, do you think it's as hard as that game was played?
Well, it's a very different game, as we've talked about. It's certainly different. But what I do know is that this is, outside of the NBA, we've got the fastest league on the planet. And that's fun to watch, which is what Scott is talking about. And I know that there's a couple of teams in this league that are a lot faster than anywhere else in the world other than an NBA team. So if you're using that as a measure, then yeah, we're a great league in that respect.
Yeah, great. Scotty, do you love it here? I'm going to assume you do. This is, and both you, Horace, you've been here like twice now each, I think. You know, Australians love people loving Australia. Is it fair enough to say you don't dislike it here?
I love it here. I mean, I've been treated like family here, from the Kesselman family to Luke. It's been great, and just having the opportunity to be a part of the NBL, be a part of that family and watch this league grow and to grow globally, and especially with our young players who are now coming over here and using this league as a feeder into the NBA draft. So it's exciting for me. I feel like that I'm one of the trailblazers that sort of help grow the game from a global standpoint. So it's great to see the game growing all over the world, and now you guys are now giving a feeder into the NBA.
Well, I can't tell you how much we love, you know, having Luke back in Australia. I know he's been back for a long while, but Australia was incredibly proud watching him run around on the Timbers with you guys. And now he's back here, but obviously he's a bit of a conduit, if you will, in bringing you guys over here. So we're thrilled that you guys are here, and I know we've got Luke to thank for that. You are here for a tour, which is happening, which is called the No Bull Tour. I believe it's kind of been called the No Bull Tour because you guys are going to be honest about how you feel about things and feel you may be able to be a little bit more honest. We know no bull means no bullshit. It is going to be kind of bandages off kind of commentary. Is that fair to say, Horace?
Well, as you know me, I speak my mind.
Yes, you do.
And it's going to be a no bullshit tour. You know, a lot of people really want to ask us questions about that that bullshit documentary, but
it started.
Just come out and get the tickets, and you hear a lot.
Yeah. Well, this is just a bite-sized snack of what you're in for. We're going to save it because we are going to be in Hobart. We're going to be back here in Melbourne. We're in Sydney, the No Bull Tour, on behalf of not just everyone in this room and everyone around the world watching, just basketball and non-basketball fans, because you guys are heroes to all of us here. And we love that man there, but we love the fact you're here with us. So thank you so much for coming down under. And on behalf of everyone here, thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.
Done. And the speed painter. Check this out. Hang on.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
That's been painted of you in the time that you were here.
Okay.
And our speed painter's got a bull shirt on. There we go.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Again, can we get one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
Great job.
Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, Luke Longley.
Tickets for the No Bull Tour. If you've watched a broadcast in the last 10 rounds, we've been telling you all about it, but jump online and grab your tickets. Melbourne, Hobart and Sydney. As Shane said, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Back to our awards, and this season debate has raged over the makeup of the All-NBL first and second teams. Fans have clearly made their feelings known on social media. The experts have had their say, and we've even had teammates pushing the case for their guys at every single opportunity. So the time for talk is over. It's time to give the stars of the NBL their credit. So let's start with the All-NBL second team. This is going to be a popular one. Firstly, from the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, Jack McVeigh. From Melbourne United, Joe Luala-Chul Jr. Joining them from the Tasmania Jack Jumpers, Milton Doyle. The fourth member from the South East Melbourne Phoenix, South East Melbourne Phoenix, Mitch Creek. And finally, from the Brisbane Bullets, Nathan Sobey. Wait a minute.
Mitch Creek makes his fifth appearance in an All-NBL team and is joined by Nathan Sobey, who makes his fourth All-NBL team. Jack Jumpers teammates Jack McVeigh and Milton Doyle are recognised for their fantastic seasons, while Joe Luala-Chul Jr. rounds out a star-studded team. Congratulations to the players in the All-NBL second team.
Please put your hands together for the All-NBL second team. Congratulations to everyone. And you too, Foxy. Tremendous recognition for your play across the season. So now we get down to business with the All-NBL first team, the cream of the crop. First up, from the New Zealand Breakers, Anthony Lamb. Next, from the Perth Wildcats, Bryce Cotton. Our third member from Melbourne United, Chris Golding. Joining them from the Illawarra Hawks, Gary Clark. And last but certainly not least, also from the New Zealand Breakers, Parker Jackson Cartwright. As Parker makes his way to stage, let's take a look.
No surprise to see the three MVP finalists, Perth's Bryce Cotton, Melbourne's Chris Golding, and New Zealand's Parker Jackson Cartwright take their rightful place in the All-NBL first team. Jackson Cartwright is joined by his sensational Breakers teammate Anthony Lamb, with Hawks superstar Gary Clark also recognised for his stunning season. Congratulations to the players selected in the All-NBL first team.
Here they are, the best of the best for NBL 24, our All-NBL first team. Our Coach of the Year and the MVP are going to be named very, very shortly. So thank you so much for all of your attention so far. Trust me, we are almost there. As we know, the NBL family is like any other family. We're competitive, we joke, we fight, and more often than not, we get pretty emotional. But like a family, we love and we care for each other. And when one of our own is in a fight, we band together and we fight like hell with them. And right now, one of our family is in the fight of his life. And I speak on behalf of all of us here in the room and at home when I say it just hasn't been the same without him this season. He's kept an eye on everything. He started to get back on social media with his views. I think the Sydney Kings can attest to that. His presence, though, lights up any room that he's in. And it's so great that he's here tonight, lighting up the room as well. To join us up on stage, show your love for Corey Homicide Williams. this is a really obvious one to start with, but geez, it's great to have you here tonight, mate.
Man, glad to be here. Thank you all. It's a beautiful room. This is a venue that we haven't been in, but it's beautiful nonetheless to see everybody in here looking good. And we all are looking really good. Give yourselves a round of applause.
I know that you do get asked this a lot.
Every day. I'm doing well.
You've seen the auto cue, exactly right. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Just got a CAT scan last week, and my oncologist he's through the roof right now. I'm just glad that everything is going the right way, you know, with what I'm dealing with, one day at a time. One day at a time. You know, where I'm from, you know, I've been a fighter all my life. I'm gonna beat this. It's no question. Mentally, I'm just built different. I'm from the Bronx, New York. Like, to get out of the Bronx, you gotta be built different. So there's no question in my mind I'm gonna beat it, but you can't look all the way down the road. It's one day at a time. So that's how I'm taking it.
The love that you received tonight, the love that you're getting on social media, I've heard you say that you've got so many messages that you still haven't had a chance to get back to everyone. When you're going through something like what you're going through, how much does that help to know that there's so much love there for you?
Man, it's overwhelming. It's so encouraging. I'm in a happy place right now. I'm at peace and I'm healing. And with those messages I get every day, I thank you all, me and my family, from the bottom of our hearts. This is tough. It's not easy, you know, so the encouragement it means a lot, you know what I mean? It helps you keep going, and that's what we're gonna do.
Let's change direction for a second, because while we've got you here, I mentioned that you're starting to get back on social media. You're starting to make your thoughts known.
I'm around. Don't think because I'm sick. Don't feel sorry for me. My fingers still work.
Well, the floor is yours. Tell us about the season.
The season has been incredible. Every year we say the same thing. And every year it happens. It comes down to the last game. Like, I don't know any other league in the world that it comes down to the last game to see where you place, whether you're in or out. And it's that exciting. The Next Stars, congratulations to you all. Such a tremendous, talented group with a bright future ahead of you all. We're so happy that you came down here. You helped the league, you helped push the league, you bring eyes all over the world to this league. And we're lucky to have you here. That's just real talk. A lot of us, we live in a bubble here because we're so far from everywhere else, but this league is popping. Like, this league, and I say it all the time, a lot of times people might think, you know, I'm bullshitting, but I'm like, yo, look, this is like the second best league in the world outside the NBA. First of all, you're gonna get paid on time. There's leagues in Europe, you're not getting paid. Everybody could attest to that. Lose a couple games, you ain't getting no money. You getting your money here, you know? So the weather's beautiful, people are nice, people take care of you, and all you gotta do is play ball and do your job, and you're gonna be all right. And why else would you not wanna be in a league like this? It's super competitive, and it's literally a springboard to ultimately where you all want to be, which is the big show. So I'm proud of the league, I'm proud of everybody that's a part of the league, and where it's grown from when I joined. I joined 7 years ago. I mean, I played in the league, but as far as working in the league, it is apples and oranges compared to when I came aboard. And it's a great testament to everybody that has put in a lot of hard work, because it's been a lot of hard work.
I don't think we can let you go without a prediction. Who's winning this whole thing?
Yo, to be honest with you, let me tell you. I got my jack jumpers I rock with all day. I rock with my jack jumpers. Melbourne United's been in first all year. But yo, Bryce Cotton, B. Bryce Cotton is a problem. New Zealand, don't sleep on them. You know what I mean? Don't sleep on New Zealand. You can't sleep on anybody, really, to be honest with you. You know, it's that wide open. But for me, don't be mad. I'm going with Melbourne United. Don't be mad and, take it as motivation. Sydney, I gave y'all the business the other day on social media. Trust me, I didn't work this year. I'm one of them guys that I don't care. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep it a buck, whether you like it or not. You know what I mean? Good luck in the playoffs. You guys got there. Well-deserved. However you got there, it's been a hell of a roller coaster. You guys was looking crazy all year, but you got there. So good luck. Good luck to everybody in here. I love you all. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Nerily, you know the vibes. I appreciate you.
It was really important, Corey, that we had you here tonight. It was even more important that we had you up on stage because everyone wants to hear from you. But the most important thing is that you got to stand out there and you got to feel the love of this entire room and the entire Australian basketball community. We're with you, mate.
Man,
we are with you every step of the way.
Thank you so much, man. That brought tears to my eyes. That made me emotional. Usually I'm the tough guy, but that just brought so many emotions out of me, and I thank you all, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Incredible.
Yes, we do. Can we get one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, please? This obviously means a lot to everyone to have him here, doesn't it? It is now time to crown the Lindsay Gaze Coach of the Year. The great man Lindsay can't be with us tonight, though he did send his regards to everyone here. To help present this award, please join me in welcoming 1982 Coach of the Year winner, the legendary Cal Broughton, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so you can ask a few questions.
Yeah,
We'll go straight to it.
we can't have Cal up here and not have a chat to him for sure. Cal, come on in for a second, please. Looking sharp, as always.
Thank you.
We were just talking to Corey about this season and how crazy it's been. The Coach of the Year award, it's been up for grabs all season long, hasn't it?
Definitely has. It's been a tough gig for most of the coaches. But the cream comes to the top, and you can see where these finals are at. Coaches have done a tremendous job.
And a couple of those stories, Cal, are pretty crazy. Like when we think about where Illawarra were and, of course, where they've got to, Adelaide's rise. Like we've seen, I guess, the best and the worst, and we've seen some coaches rise through adversity.
Yes, well, there's no doubt that JT, he's already got a nickname. I know JC, now we got JT. Well, he's done a fantastic job, and it's indicative by the way the team sort of backs him and supports him, and you can see it on the television. The vibe is good. You can't look past, Dean Vickerman keeping his team on top, and as someone mentioned, 20 wins all year, and of course John Riley after the turnaround. That was a real challenging thing, and you can't put out the jack jumpers at all. Scott Roth has done a fantastic job down on the island.
So you've covered everyone, but while you're here, I need to get a more firmer prediction if we can, please. Who is winning the NBL 24 championship, Cal?
Wow, that's a tough call, but I'm gonna go with the underdogs. I'm gonna go with the Illawarra Hawks.
Okay. I think there might be a few people in the room pretty happy with that. Let's take a look at our nominees for the Coach of the Year.
Dean Vickerman, Melbourne United. Justin Tatum, Illawarra Hawks. John Riley, Perth Wildcats.
The winner of the Coach of the Year award is none other than Dean Vickerman from Melbourne United.
For the third time in his illustrious career, Dean Vickerman has won the Lindsay Gaze Trophy for Coach of the Year. Melbourne United were first on the ladder for the majority of NBL 24. No matter the challenge, Vickerman ensured his men were prepared and ready to deal with the setbacks. Vickerman will be looking to win his 4th championship ring over the coming weeks. Congratulations, Dean Vickerman.
Dean, congratulations. As we heard in the package, third time. How special is this one, though?
I remember as a kid going and watch Cal in the early 80s. My dad used to drive me down and go to Albert Park and, just hang around and watch games. And he was someone that got me really excited about, the game of basketball. And, pretty privileged to, receive this from him tonight. Obviously, Lindsay's been an unbelievable mentor to me over the years. And, so those two guys are pretty special people.
Think back to last year at the awards. You were sitting here having a good night because you weren't involved in the back end of that season. A season on, you finished top of the table, you top 3 in offensive and defensive ratings, all of your numbers are through the roof. What's changed? What did you learn from last season that you took into this season?
We finished that year and it was about trying to bring in Melbourne United people, make sure we got our culture right. That's where it all started. Getting back to be a top 2 defensive team. And then it was a little bit about just this chemistry that we wanted to create with this group and then me stepping aside a little bit. It's as you get a little older, you give more responsibility to your coaches, and we had a new coaching staff with Jacob Chance coming in doing a fantastic job. David Barlow stepping from a player into the coaching. We got Reece Carter. Trent Hotton's been with me, helping with culture, throughout my coaching career, and then we've got these leaders. Chris Golding is the leader of our team, but then you put Delhi and Shilly and Joe Cool and Ian Clark, and we've just got these, and Brad Newley, and we've just got these group of leaders where I've just got to make sure that I ask the right questions to these guys to make sure that the right answers coming out, because we've got so much knowledge in the room, so much IQ, and we're a solution-based group. So I'm so proud of those boys that won awards tonight, and Nick Toulson's fairly new to our club, been here for a few years, but for him to have that honour tonight as an executive and the work that he's done is really exciting.
It's a major award, Dean. Is there anyone else that you'd like to thank?
My wife, my parents, they're as an ownership group, last year, we didn't make the playoffs, and they extended my contract, and that's a pretty special moment when you have that kind of security about your job and what you did when you don't feel like you were successful. But it's a magnificent club. I've loved being a part of it, and hopefully, this group we've been consistent all year. Won 6 games in the first quarter, won 5 games, won 5 games, won 4 games. We've been consistent all year, and hopefully throughout the playoffs, and not losing 2 games in a row has been pretty special. So hopefully if we can do that, we give ourselves another shot.
Dean, congratulations. The best may be still yet to come, but a 3-time winner of the Lindsay Gaze Coach of the Year is a major achievement in your career. So well done. Dean Vickerman, ladies and gentlemen. Well done, mate. Just before we get to our MVP, it all starts to get really, really important. From February the 28th, this NBL 24 season has been an absolute roller coaster, but we cannot wait for the play-in and the playoffs.
This is the finals. Epic clashes where every shot, every decision, and every second counts. Our game is made for moments. A single moment can change everything, turning a game into a legacy, a season into folklore, and a career into an immortal tale. It's time for these teams to seize their chance at glory. But just who will make these moments matter most? This is more than basketball. This is your moment. Hungry Jacks NBL Finals. Every moment matters.
It most certainly does. Cannot wait for it. Shane, are you heading along? I don't know if you've got the No Bull Tour, but do you think there's someone in the room that can help you out with a finals ticket at some stage?
Well, I hope I can get a finals ticket. I may be busy on this tour first. Yes, we are doing the No Bull Tour, so after that I may just stay around a little bit longer just to be a bit more annoying for you. Does that work?
That's fine. There's a guy named Larry in the room somewhere. I'm sure he'll be able to help you out with a
speak
ticket.
to Larry, don't worry about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set now to crown the winner of the Andrew Gaze Trophy for the most valuable player. So, of course, You know him, you love him. He is the NBL's greatest ever player. Here is a 7-time MVP, the GOAT, Andrew Gaze.
Yeah, Gaze.
It's always a worry when he walks up and says, hello, what are we doing? Sort of sounds like Friday nights, to be honest.
It does.
Good night.
It's a great night. You never get sick of coming to these functions, and the older you get, the more you appreciate it. I'm humbled to be sitting on a table with Cal, Ray Borner, and a few of the other superstars, Larry Senstock's out there, and to be surrounded by greatness, and to see Luke, a guy that all of us are here just amazingly proud of, to bring a couple of his buddies. I'm told that I am allowed to. I'm on a very restricted time limit because there is a restraining order on me going anywhere near Scotty, because apparently I was a little touchy the last time we caught up with each other. But I wasn't aware of that. But there's a lot of love between us, and I hopefully, if he was offended, I sincerely apologise, because it was just in awe of the great man and what he's able to do, inspired a generation, and along with the big fella with Luke and Horace. It's just great to have you in this country, and for me here to come along, it's just so humbling, and it's like I'm not worthy of this, and it seems like the award and the aura of it all it does fade a little bit. Got the trophy named after me, but I tried to get Taylor Swift tickets and I couldn't get them. But I did notice that Dave Stevens, the CEO, he was there somehow or other. I don't see his name on the trophy, but somehow or other, Dave up there. Not only did he get there, he's in the corporate suite getting all the love, but and I'm watching it on TikTok. I've just discovered TikTok, and that was a beautiful thing. But no, it is great to be here. Really appreciate it. I'm honoured that you still think it's worthy, and there's a few people coming along that maybe this might be a temporary thing, but I love it, and congratulations to all the players and the teams. It's an absolute honour and delight to be able to sit back each week and just see the way you guys can perform at the highest level. It is awe-inspiring, and I'm sure we're going to see a fantastic grand final series.
You know, just to take you behind the curtain a little bit here, before we started, we had Friday night together, and we're in Tasmania on Saturday night, and we finished the game on Saturday night in Tassie, and we're in the taxi on the way back, and he said, by the way, on Monday, I'm not bloody saying anything, all right? I don't want to say anything. No. And now we can't stop you.
No, I love a microphone. But it's just inspiring to see it, and just to be around this group, and to be honoured in this way. I mean, I honestly, with Larry and your team, if ever you think that I've worn out my welcome, I completely understand, because it's been an amazing ride, and just very grateful. And also, I got my daughter here, Phoebe, and on the car here. I came here with caught up my dad, and he's really, really sorry that he couldn't be here today, but he's doing well, and he's the reason why we are all here.
And we're glad to hear that he's doing well. So let's get down to it. Let's crown our MVP for the NBL 24 season. To help present this award, I'd like to also welcome from Hungry Jacks, who are such amazing partners here of the Hungry Jacks NBL. If we can just bring that auto cue back down a fraction, please. Thank you. Keep going. Thank you very much. The Hungry Jacks Victoria, from Hungry Jacks Victoria, I should say, Tamer Zachary. Thank you, Tamer, for being here. Let's have a look now, eventually, at the nominees.
This one here.
Bryce Cotton, Perth Wildcats. Chris Golding, Melbourne United. Parker Jackson Cartwright, New Zealand Breakers.
And the winner is he's a champion on the floor, a champion off the floor. He's a superstar, and one day he might actually kick me off the trophy. Is Bryce Cotton.
we should never take Bryce Cotton's greatness for granted. The Perth Wildcats superstar has made history, becoming just the second player to win 4 MVPs, joining the man the trophy is named after, Andrew Gaze. This season, he spent more time on court than any other player, averaging 23.1 points per game, number 1 in the comp. Etching his name in the history books tonight, Cotton has established himself as one of the greatest imports in league history. Congratulations, Bryce Cotton, the Andrew Gaze Trophy winner for the most valuable player.
Bryce, now a 4-time winner. It takes you to outright second. I think that the man behind you might be getting a little bit nervous all of a sudden. You're getting very close.
Well, Gazy played in the Big East. I'm a Big East guy, so we stick together. There's no competition.
This season for you, it's actually been a theme of a few of our teams that it hasn't all been sunshine and roses. There's been some challenges along the way. Can you take us back, if you can, to the start of the season? Things weren't necessarily clicking for the team, but to where you are right now.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think we started off great in the preseason. We was rolling, and then once the season came around, I don't know what happened. And then somebody stole my jersey and played for the Wildcats the first 7 games, but we got that sorted out, and we've stuck together as a team this whole way, and it's been a group effort. JR has been a hell of a coach for us all year, and it's been fun.
Part of, obviously, Perth's turnaround, and all of the numbers suggest this, is your form taking a big jump up as well. Was there anything different? Did anything change from the early part of the season, or did the ball just start to drop a little more?
I've said before, I feel like our team, we had a big team meeting. Everybody got everything off their chest that they needed to say, and luckily everybody was receptive to what was said, and I think that's what changed everything, because we was all in our heads a little bit, and then we all just started to groove individually and as a team.
There were times when people were starting to maybe wonder whether we had seen the best of you, and gee, we've all know that the best has been absolutely phenomenal. Did you kind of take that as a bit of a personal challenge? The look on your face changed in a few of those games. You seemed to be really, really motivated after that early part. How was that for you, and how big of a challenge was it to prove a few people wrong?
I've had a chip on my shoulder my whole life, but I didn't really pay attention to what y'all was saying, because...
Don't look at me, by the way, it wasn't me.
Honestly, I was playing very, very bad, so I didn't pay no mind, but I had quite an idea of what everybody was saying. And like I said, it was a collective effort, but I'm always built for motivation, but it's more about proving myself right rather than people wrong.
Let's talk about this team that you've got now. You finished second on the table. You're in a fantastic position heading in to what could be a semi-final series against a contender we don't know as yet. In your mind, how well are the Wildcats going?
Well, we did good enough to finish top 2, but that doesn't mean anything once the playoffs start. And I think in this year anyway, it don't matter what the seeds are. The teams are so balanced, so every matchup is going to be tough. So we did enough to get there, but seeding go out the window, so we'll see what happens.
Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, so I want to thank my player sponsor, Allied Forklift, and our principal partner, Mate. And then for me, this is crazy. I graduated high school without a single scholarship, so to have 4 MVPs in 8 seasons in one of the best leagues in the world, I got to thank God for that. My wife for making my job easy in the season. She lets me focus on what I got to do on game days. She takes care of our baby girl. And then to my teammates and our coaches, I know I'm quiet, I don't talk a lot, but I rock with y'all heavy. And especially when I was playing super bad, the way y'all had my back as players, the talks we didn't have, I take that stuff to heart. JR, the way you held me down, we've talked about it. And it's been fun, you know what I'm saying? But we still got more work to do. But it's a big fever break, so we all going to enjoy the night tonight, and then we'll get back to it in a couple weeks. So thank you again.
He is a genuine superstar. It's a term that does get tossed around a little too often sometimes, but when it comes to Bryce Cotton, it is absolutely appropriate. Ladies and gentlemen, could I ask that you please be upstanding if you can? And, oh, I've got one, thank you. And charge your glass to the NBL 24 Andrew Gaze Trophy winner, Bryce Cotton.
Let's hear it with one more round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that brings us to the end of the Gazies, ladies and gentlemen. Taylor Swift, we know you're watching. Gazies still looking for a couple of tickets to Sydney. Congratulations to all of our winners tonight and recognition of your brilliant play across the season. A massive thank you once again to Seal, this wonderful venue. It's spelt C-I-E-L, for their hospitality tonight. Incredible hosts, and as we mentioned earlier, an enormous thank you to all of our corporate partners and supporters of the NBL. Your help that you give us is absolutely vital. And a big thank you to all the staff at NBL. Can we give them a round of applause starting now for making tonight possible? An event of this size takes a lot of people and an enormous amount of effort.
To the NBL fans watching around the world tonight on the stream, you are like no other. You're passionate, you're proud, and you're loud, and we wouldn't have you any other way. This league is absolutely flying, and you are a major reason for that. If your team's involved in the postseason action, then we wish you all the very best. And finally, to the stars of the show, to our players, our coaches, support staff, and teams. This season has been incredible so far. For the 6 remaining teams, all the very best. The aim of tonight was to do what we do so often here in the NBL, and that was to break the mould and be a little bit different. And I think you'll certainly agree that we have done that. And ladies and gentlemen, please thank the incredible Shane Jacobson for being with us tonight as well. Enjoy the rest of the night. Travel safe. Don't forget, February the 28th, it all starts to get really, really hectic from there. Thanks so much for being with us tonight at the Gazies, at home and in the room. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Good night, Australia.